Bill, did you have some guests that were in the
I just
waiting?
let, yeah. Just
Okay, great. Thank you. Since I'm in a presentation mode, I can't actually see what people are doing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our annual awards presentation for the benefit of our guests who don't know me. I'm Elsa Howarth, the outgoing chairperson and nomination committee chair. You know, under normal circumstances, we would be holding this awards presentation as a lovely dinner event in a lovely hotel in New Jersey with a glass of wine. As we're still not back to that normalcy, we will try to do our best to celebrate our members virtually. So the agenda for this is we're giving away our 25-year membership award and a Golden Bladder award. Let me start with the 25-year membership anniversary award. This is celebrated by the society with a recognition of that achievement and an awarding of the society pin. This is simply maintaining your membership continuously without break by paying your dues and not getting dropped. That's not a hard thing to do. If one has retired before reaching 25 years, membership renewal can be maintained every year as an emeritus member. This change does require an application for continuity of membership. And this is especially important when one is training and sponsoring new members. Lastly, we give this award on the 26th year to be sure that all recipients will have completed 25 years by the annual meeting. So these recipients today earned their membership in 1995. Again, under normal circumstances, we would call your name so you can come up and receive your pin and say a few words if you desired. As we are still virtual, we mail the pins ahead of time to already have this at this meeting. Except we had a boo-boo this year. We had an order issue, and so the pins are coming late. So the people that are supposed to have gotten their pins, my apologies. You will have them in the next couple weeks. So here are our 25-year membership pin recipients. This is in the chronological order of when membership was earned that year. So when I call your name, please turn on your video, wave, or say something so we can see you on our screen. If you're shy or not here today, it's fine. I'll wait a couple seconds and move on. But it's just to get you recognized. Philip Russ, are you around? Okay, I'm only waiting 2 seconds because.
No, he's there. He just.
I saw him. Yeah, he was on the
he's got
sitting by the pool.
Okay. Congratulations, Philip. Susan Lerner, are you around? She's not in attendance, right? All right. So Carmelita Ventura Perez, are you around?
Yes. How are you all? Good to be.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hi, Elsa. It's good to be around, and I'm still here on Earth, right? Yeah. Stay well, all, and be safe. Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you.
Lowell Sanker, you around? Nope. Okay. George Califante.
Oh, great.
Hey, everyone. I'd like to thank all of you for your hard work and dedication. And I'd really like to thank Dr. Peter Calabretta for giving me the opportunity to join his company. He passed away last year, unfortunately. Comex is still there in Long Island. And Pat Stressler, who trained me for 3 years or so. Thank you very much.
Thanks, George. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mary Foster, are you around? Mary was our president in 2015, and I want to note here that when a member has been a past president at the time of this anniversary, the pin we give is a little more special. As you can see in that picture, there's a little diamond stud on it. Mary Miley, are you there?
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, I don't know if you can see me. Just want to say thank you. It's an honor. I can't believe it's 25 years. It's been great. I just still love my profession, love creating flavors every day, and I love being amongst everybody who does the same as well. And just say thank you again. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Congratulations. And congratulations with the merger of your companies. How do you call the company now? What's the name?
It's still Bill would know more, but it's just kind of sound like a combination, Synergy and Nova at this point.
Uh-huh.
We haven't really truly, merged that name, officially. So I don't know at this point, but no, it's been all good. Great people. We're happy.
Great. How exciting.
Hmm. Thank you.
Gary, Rob, are you there? So Gary was our past president as well in 2012. And Kathleen McNamara, are you there? All right. Congratulations to you all. We hope you wear your pin with pride at our physical meetings. It sits best on a lapel. For example, I don't know if you can see mine. It's right here. It sits best on a lapel because it's a little bit weighty and you don't want it drooping and
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we are. Do you have the link?
Elsa, can I interrupt for
Yeah,
one
I'll
second?
send it
Because
to you
I
right
saw
now.
Philip pop back
Send it
on.
to your work email.
What did you say, Dana?
I saw Philip pop back on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. And now it
Philip?
might be gone.
Is he gone?
I don't know. I'm gonna.
No, I'm still here.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Just want to say thank you to the entire society. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to training younger people in the future and hopefully get into the society as well.
Well, thank you, Phil. So yeah, we hope you wear your pin with pride at our physical meetings. I know the ones that have gotten it, I actually do notice it and it's very nice. And we hope you continue your membership for another 25 because we do recognize that the 50-year milestone as well. This year, we just don't have a recipient. There were actually 3 members who earned their membership in 1970, but one has passed away and the other 2 have dropped a while ago. So we move on to the Golden Bladder Award. This is a special award that had its origination some 20 years ago or so, and we have Dolph de Rivera to thank for that. He saw the need to create an award for its members in the same way we give honorary awards to those outside of our membership, and he was instrumental in getting it done. He even created the name, the design of this award as only us flavorists would relate to. So this award is in recognition of a member's outstanding service and contributions to the Society of Flavor Chemists, its members, and the flavor industry. The selection is a prerogative that is with the chairperson and awarded by the board of directors. As this has special qualifications and the chairpersons are not required to identify one every year, there is no telling when one will be awarded. So far, this has been awarded to 9 members. And you can see the names of these people in our website. If you visit it, we have a special page there. We continue to actually put more information about each one of them in there. And if we can find photos, we are continuing to do that. So far, this has been awarded to 9 members, as I said, and the last one being just last year, and it was Dolph. And today, we have the 10th recipient. And I'm proud to announce that our 2021 Golden Bladder Award recipient is Leslie L. Blau. And I would like to read Leslie's write-up of himself in Earl Merwin's History of the Flavor Industry. I came to the USA, excuse me? Okay. I came to the USA from Romania in 1964 with an associate degree in civil engineering. We left all of our belongings in Romania and arrived in New York with only 2 suitcases. I spoke most of the European languages. Unfortunately, English was not one of them. I was eager to learn the language and culture, and I urgently needed a job to make ends meet. Luck shined on me when I was told by Coleman Goldhammer, whom I had known from my native land, a flavor chemist with George Luders and Company, that an opening for a laboratory assistant was available. I accepted the job, simultaneously enrolling at Hunter College to earn my bachelor's in chemistry. I was fortunate to have been exposed to flavor chemistry while understudying with two great flavor chemists of our time, Jerry Krause and Coleman Goldhammer. Working for George Loiters and Company also exposed me to the specialty flavor houses, family owned with special emphasis on the human side. I did not mind coming in early and staying late to do special chores. I was the youngest one in the laboratory because I knew that it was appreciated. I will never forget the handwritten notes written on the paycheck stubs by Fritz Loiters, the owner of the company. Quote, "Keep up the good work," end quote. And many other words of encouragement. Once I found a $50 bill with a paycheck. It was the first time I had seen a $50 bill. Jerry and Coleman also exposed me to the Society of Flavor Chemists. George Loiters was sold to Monsanto and became Monsanto Flavor Essence Company. I worked there for a short time, then left work at Staying in Company for Shlomo Rice. I learned a lot from Shlomo, whom I consider to be the most practical flavor chemist I've ever known. I am sure he has left a mark on me personally and professionally. In 1970, I joined Givaudan as a flavor chemist, senior flavor chemist. My first job was to commercialize R&D efforts. Once again, I had the unique opportunity to work with the best our industry can offer. Jerry DiGenova, Al Venatulo, Cliff Dash, and Bob Erickson. My international background led me to work in export markets, Europe, Latin America, and the Far East. And at the same time, I decided to go back to school and earn my master's degree in chemistry from Farley Dickinson University. University. In 1975, I joined PFW, a division of Hercules Incorporated, first as the director of International Flavor Department, then on a 2-year assignment in Brazil, followed by 7 years in Japan as president of the Hercules Far East, Tokyo. I returned as a vice president of PFW Flavors, and upon the formation of Tastemaker, became vice president international, signed LLB. Now I shared this because his personal story is quite inspiring. From his humble beginnings to now 52 years later, his achievements are impressive. And he hadn't even mentioned all the volunteer work he was doing in the industry through this time. To date, he's the only member who has been a president and longtime board member of 3 important flavor industry organizations. Obviously the SFC, FEMA, and IOFI. He's the only one, actually, for me, he's the only one I know who has reached the highest level of management in a very large company, who himself is a flavorist. At this time, I would like to invite a couple members who would like to say a few words. Dennis Kachowski, would you like to unmute yourself?
Sure. Wow. Thank you. It's interesting, when I joined the industry many years ago, some of the, let's say, older folks in the industry were Al Saldarini, Jerry DiGenova, Cliff Dash, Tom Bonica. I guess kind of that's passed on to my generation now, so I'm starting to feel like a historian. It's been about 30 years since Leslie and I last worked together. Leslie and Cliff Dash had joined PFW a short time after Pollux Frutal Works, which was purchased by Hercules. And I said this was sometime around 75, but it looks like it was 74. The company had purchased an unfinished building at the time that was destined to be the Hercules new Food Technology Center. It was originally going to house a medical group. The word was that the doctors who were involved with it got into a rather nasty disagreement, and the whole partnership dissolved. Leslie to the group as having come from Givaudan. Leslie had a very interesting background, having emigrated from Eastern Europe, where his family, as I recall, had owned a soda company. He also had a pretty cool accent. At the time, he was working on a master's degree at FDU. I believe his research topic was the synthesis of vanillin from Huon pine oil, if that's right, Leslie. He shared a lab. He did work in a lab with Aurora Montenegro. And he worked on various projects for various global areas and was very involved with customers. He also got quite involved with the research department, which at that time for PFW Hercules was in Netherlands. He was very congenial with a good sense of humor and readily welcomed into our group. He took personal interest in everyone. After a few years, he went to South America on assignment, and a short while after he returned to the US, left for an extended period in Japan, where he helped build the PFW presence that in the past was done only through agents. One side note here, I remember one evening, this is a long time ago, before the ubiquitous cell phone here in the US, that I received a call from him. He was in a car phone and riding around in Tokyo, going to visit a customer. You know, it's amazing what's commonplace today was really rather novel at the time. Upon his return, he became the vice president of our Middletown, New York location and the whole flavor division. He recognized people's strengths and gave them opportunities. I speak from personal experience, and I'm very thankful. Unfortunately, many of the flavorists with whom he worked at PFW are no longer with us. Cliff Dash, Isabella Priori, Carlos Isaacs, Brian Granger, Peter Majeko. When PFW joint ventured with Freeze to form Tastemaker, he was put in a senior management position. Eventually, he was at Firmenich and I was at IFF. Throughout his career, he's been a great ambassador for the flavor industry, and also being a flavorist himself, a great ambassador for flavorists. As noted before, he has been past president of SFC, FEMA, and IOFI. Throughout his career, he's been a great international ambassador, as I previously mentioned. Leslie, I just want to say congratulations on receiving this award. It's been a pleasure to know you and work with you. I know that couldn't have been, all you have done have been accomplished without the support of your wonderful wife, Stephanie. So Stephanie, congratulations to you also.
Dennis, thank you very, very much, Dennis.
Let's see, we have another person who would like to give you some wonderful words. Nick, are you around?
Yes, I am. The accent might be familiar to Dennis, but anyway, good evening to everyone. Those of you that have had the opportunity to work with Leslie know that there's nobody more deserving of such a prestigious award and such a high honor. In both my personal life and professional career, I've had the great opportunity to learn from and be mentored by Leslie. Within the flavor industry, he had gone above and beyond to not only contribute to the advances of the society, but he had worked to ensure that he left behind a great legacy. In my personal experience, he had introduced me to the flavor industry and welcomed the idea of training newer flavorists. From our time working together at George Luder's and Companies, a name that most people probably don't recognize, he had been a natural-born leader with great passion and dedication. It is not a secret that between all the leadership positions he had personally changed the industry for the better. Leslie, since our childhood days back in Romania, I'm fortunate to have you as a friend. You have accomplished many great things in your professional career. However, watching your beautiful family evolve into a life of pure bliss has been the greatest gift. Your admiration and love for your wife, Stephanie, 3 children, 9 grandchildren has certainly become something to be proud of. Congratulations once again, as well deserved honor. I'm looking forward to seeing you continue to enjoy retirement and the many more family celebrations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Nick,
Did you want to say something, Leslie?
I just said thank you, Nick.
Okay, great. Now I have a place for you later in the program, Leslie. Is there anybody else that wants to just say a couple words before I move on? I would like to read a brief message from your good friend, Bipin Ara. I hope I said that right. Bipin says, my mentor, my friend, and my ex-boss, Leslie Blau. I have been a big admirer of Leslie for a very long time since he gave a great presentation about Japan in one of our SFC meetings. He worked in Japan for a long time, and since then I became a big fan of him. Fast forward to in the 2000s at Firmenich, he became my immediate boss as VP North America Beverages. This gave me a chance to get to know him personally. Finally, it was so good to have a boss at Firmenich who also is a flavorist. Well, we could not also fool him as he was one of us. A terrific boss, a mentor, demanding but fair, very pragmatic. Later on, he became VP of Flavors for the entire North America, became my big boss. I took initiative and he approved it. I used to arrange regular lunch meetings with him for all my flavorist colleagues in Plainsboro. We all had gotten to know him more as a very fine human being, a great manager, and a personal friend. I also learned from him the business side of our business. He very well deserves the Golden Bladder Award and more. I still miss him at Firmenich. I sincerely wish Leslie and his family a safe and healthy and long life. And here I have a message, a very short message from Carl Holmgren. I am most impressed by his calm, efficient manner and his deep, resonant, accented voice. He's an excellent leader. Our limited time working together on the board was quite productive for me. This is a well-deserved award. Very good. So now I would like to share some photos of Leslie taken at different times of his life. So I will not talk through these, and some of them have labels on them. And, you know, Leslie, I actually did ask your wife, what is L in Leslie L. Blau? And she said it was a Hungarian name. Is that true?
Yeah, my official Romanian name was Ladislau, but since I grew up in Transylvania where the street language was Hungarian, my Hungarian name was Laszlo.
Ah.
So both of them were L, so I kind of adapted that as my middle name.
Okay. And here are some pictures that they shared with me. A little bit dated, but they're great to look at. Here's a very good picture, actually, I dug up. You joined the board as a treasurer back in 1991. And in this picture are Carol Pollack, who would have been, let's say, Carol Pollack would have been the secretary, I want to say.
I don't know.
Peterson would have been, at this point, the VP. Diane, what is the name of this lady? I can't remember.
Denny Mercapity.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Denise McCafferty. She would have been the president, and I think that's Greg Lima. He would have been the chairman at the time. And this would have been your board when you were president in 1994, 1995. So that's Carol Pollack, the chairman at the time, and I believe Richard Hines was your VP. And then I believe Carl Holmgren was your treasurer, and Ed Alba was your secretary. Would that have been right?
Right, that's right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I wrote it down there. You know, it's so funny because I have the gallery view on the side, so I can't see the labels on the pictures. All right, so I was guessing. I can't believe that I even got that right. So back in the day, we had president's receptions at SFC. You know, towards the end of the year, we would have president's reception and these fancy dinners and some dancing going on in some fancy hotel. I never got to attend any one of these. Actually, it was before, probably before my time. But they look like very fun times. Here's another president's reception. And here are some of the pictures of you giving awards or passing down awards. Here's a lovely picture of you and your wife. And your wife of 54 years, Stephanie, did say, we traveled together living. We traveled this road together, living and traveling in many places, being exposed to different cultures. And as a family, we became very close and enjoyed unique experiences. This is a very special picture. This is Leslie with his mentors, Jerry Krause and Coleman Goldhammer, who was a past president in 84, 85. And his mentee, your mentee, meaning Leslie, your mentee, and Nick is on this picture. Which, by the way, this came from Nick, and he himself was a past president in 89, 90. By the way, where was this taken?
This was taken in a kosher Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
In Queens.
Looks like fun times. And this is a more recent picture of you. I recognize you and Nick and Tara Rundle. Forgive me, I can't even remember who the lady is next to Tara in this picture. So I just couldn't guess it. And these are some of the some pictures again. This picture on the left side here is of you in the Jewish Community Center in Tokyo. And this is your soda company product. Is that right?
That's my family business. When
okay.
Was nationalized when I was 2 years old by the Romanian communist government.
I see. Yep. And here your wife Stephanie says you speak 3 languages fluently, and I'm sorry I can't even read it because it's so you have English, Hungarian, and I can't see the label. Romanian, but you're proficient in Yiddish. Is that German and French? And then you dabble in Japanese and Hebrew. My goodness. Can you write them too?
Hebrew, yes. Japanese, no. All the other ones, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's some of your fun travels that I was able to get. And here's you enjoying your retirement. I hear you're an adventurous eater. What is that you're about to eat? Looks like a creature.
That's a picture my son took when we visited them in Cambodia.
Uh-huh.
And we saw tarantula on the menu. So we said, why don't we just try it? You know, being a flavorist, you always want to try everything.
Uh-huh. That must have been coated with a lot of sugar.
Actually, it was a fried tarantula. It was actually not too bad.
Uh-huh. And here's a picture of your family. You know, we are very much enriched when we have a family around us, and you seem to have a really good one around you and lots of people. This is a picture of you. We just did this last year. You earned your 50-year membership anniversary, and we gave you a wonderful clock to put on your mantle with some engraving. And I wanted to put this picture up. This is the last thing I'm going to say, because this is a very special picture. It came from our Japanese friends at Hasegawa. And this was the time when they came out, and they don't come out all too often, but they came out for this president's reception in November 1993. And I wanted to show you a little story. This is you, and this is Ishikawa-san. Do you remember Ishikawa-san?
course, I remember Ishikawa-san.
Of course, you remember. You formed a very deep friendship with him. He spoke so highly of you. I was around during that time. I used to work at Hasegawa, and so when he came to visit, he would speak about you and how much there was a lot of reverence. And but what you did was you planted a seed. You invited him to come. You exposed him to the Society of Flavor Chemists, to which then he became a member, and then he passed it on to his flavorist. Do you remember Uno-san?
Yes, I do, sure.
He speaks so highly of you. And by the way, did you know that Ishikawa-san had passed away?
Yes, of course, yeah. I
Of course,
miss
you would know that. Yeah, and it was not announced, so it was his wishes to not announce, but Uno-san continues to ask about you. He keeps asking me, how's Blau-san? And well, I was the understudy of Uno-san. It was me and my colleague Louise, who still is at Hasegawa today. But what is significant about this, Leslie, and you won't know this. You and I have never met face to face. We may have shared the same room one time to the Flavor Symposium in 1994. But what happened here is that this little, when we got to knowing about the Society of Flavor Chemists, we were passionate about spreading that word in California. It was not known at that time. And so we did do some grassroots effort to spread the word of the society in California, because our ultimate goal was to bring the society to come to California and hold a meeting there. It was hard for us to come out to New Jersey every time and do and attend a meeting. So we wanted California to be on the map. And we were told we needed to have more members coming out of California to have local constituency. So we went to work. Back in those days, we didn't have internet or any easy devices. We could just call. We were on the phone dialing numbers, looking for who all of our colleagues are in California, wanted to spread the word with them, wanted to come. We held meetings at our facility just to talk about the SFC, spread the word, and talk about the bylaws. How do you get in? And basically hold their hand into their applications and whatnot.
I remember that.
Oh, of course. Who was that? Norma. Yes, Norma. These were fun times. We had to dredge everybody out of the woodwork to come out and be recognized. We have a lot of good flavorists in California. And so that effort is basically just spreading the word, planting the seed, just as Leslie did at the very top there. And, over the course of time, there's been migration into California. But today, we held the first meeting in California in 1999. That was a milestone. The first quorum was achieved in California in 2015, several years later. Of the last count, we have 37 registered members in California. That was not just from our lone efforts, obviously. Like I said, there have been migration of people out in California. It's just because the society has been recognized over there. So for me, this is my last slide, and it's very special for me because this picture on the bottom was my very first introduction to the society. This was my test day. It was a 1994 Flavor Symposium. At the end of the day during cocktail hour, I had my interview. So did my colleague Louise, and so did Suzuki-san. These are all our Hasegawa friends. And there you are on the top picture right here. And I believe you were the vice president at this time. I think Carol was the president during this, at the top of the year. It was I think in 94, right? So what I want to say today is it has come full circle for me, actually. I can't believe 27 years later, I would be in a position where I could give this back to you as an award. And I'm very touched by it. So I don't know what happened. It just came up to me that this would be something since I had the opportunity to do it, and the timing And all of these came together for me. And so I'm handing you this award. And I believe you've already received it. Can you hold it out? Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You have the floor, Leslie.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you, Elsa, and Paul, and the entire Society of Flavor Chemists board for bestowing on me this prestigious award. I appreciate it and humbly accept it. I also want to thank Dennis, Nick, Carl, and Bipin for your wonderful words.
Good.
Yeah, we had some good time. We've been at this for a long time together. This profession and this industry have been incredibly good to me. By serving both the society and the industry has been just a token of my appreciation. I did it with all my heart and my ability. I am happy to see a vibrant flavor chemist society. My hat off to the present board and previous boards to keep the energy and the vibrancy of the society ongoing. I remember the joy in my early years to attend the meetings at the Chemist Club in Manhattan. Carl, you remember that?
Good.
To rub shoulders with the big names of my time, many of them founding members of the society. As treasurer, I was happy to have $1,000 in the society's account. Now look at your accounts today. Hard work pays off. It is said that everyone has his or her guardian angel. I believe I have two. I think it was mentioned earlier, but the two that I consider to be my guardian angels are Coleman Goldhammer, Jerry Krause. They were the ones that started me in this unique profession. They took a chance with a penniless immigrant from Romania and launched me to a bright future. Working with and for the best of our industry, like Coleman, Jerry, Saul Rice, Jerry DiGenova, Cliff Dash, Dick Potter, Al Venutolo, Charlie Wiener, Ernest Pollack, just to name a few, shaped me in my career. My technical background and being a flavorist helped me tremendously in my later management positions, and especially serving on the boards of FEMA and IUFI. I was able to bring front the needs of industry from a flavorist's point of view. It worked very well. I traveled the world in my position, and I promoted the Flavor Chemist Society everywhere, but especially in Japan, and Elsa mentioned some of that.
Yeah.
Many of our Japanese members joined upon my recommendation. I always believed, and still believe, that the position of a flavor chemist was especially important in a flavor company. Yes, good relationships with customers, good service, and good consumer insights were also important. But if you didn't have a winning formula, you didn't go very far. In that regard, when I ran the flavor business in the US for Firmenich, I instituted a formal flavorist training program that was highly successful. I was the only flavorist member of the Firmenich Executive Committee. And I did this in spite of many questions. Why do we train our flavorists? Do they have the obligation to stay with us? Yes, but not really legally, you cannot do that. But my concept was that we train, other people train, and the industry is better for it. So we went forward to it, and I think, Paul, perhaps you were also a beneficiary of that program.
Yep, I was one of the first four trainees in that program. Thank you. Changed my life and career and life. Thank you.
We are part of an industry that contributes every day to the well-being of humanity. Our industry is very capable to adapting to any needs of our customers and their customers' customer, the consumer. When I came back from Brazil, everything had to be kosher, then halal, then GMO-free. When I came back from Japan, everything had to be natural. The industry and you flavorists raised to the occasion and were able to satisfy every need. At the personal level, I am happily married to my wife, Steffi, for 54 years. As the saying goes, behind a successful man, there is even a more successful woman.
Yeah.
In our married life, we moved 11 times and twice to different continents. We have 3 children and 9 beautiful grandchildren, all the love of my life. Presently, we live in Princeton. In the house, we built exactly the same way the 3rd time. One in Rockland County, one in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this one in Princeton, New Jersey. Exactly the same house. Again, I thank you and I wish you further success in your professional and personal lives. I really appreciate this award. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leslie. I love your words of wisdom for all of us. Thank you. And I want to thank everybody for attending our meeting today. And the board will continue to work behind the scenes and for the coming year. And I wish everybody hang on just a second. I wish everybody a glorious summer. Stay safe.
Stay safe, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Stay safe.
you.
Program.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you. Thank you, Elsa and everybody.
Thank you.
Bill, I understand that the meeting was recorded, so I don't know.
I'll get you the link, Leslie. Yep.
You give me the link. Thank you very much, Bill.
Well done.
Yeah, we'll probably post the link on the website, so you'll get it. And I'll send it to you. Yeah.